I'm recording this video at the beginning of another year, calendar year here in Australia. And one of the interesting things that occurs, particularly if you're in the service industry, if you're a provider, is that typically it's summer here in Australia, and that's the long summer holiday, similar to August in Europe. And from a business owner point of view, working with a lot of my clients, it's actually a challenging time from a cash flow point of view. What happens is that people start to shut down orders, requests, late November, early December, and don't really crank up again until February. And I've had a lot of clients who run their own business coming to me with what I call the January jitters. Because what happens is the expenses continue, the holiday pay, the superannuation, the taxes, yet there's no income. And suddenly they're looking at their bank balance and they start to get nervous and they start to get triggered by the not good enough. Yep, I should have done this, I could have done that. Yet fundamentally, there are two key things that are triggering the not good enough. Firstly, is their relationship with money. And fundamentally, money is just energy. Yeah? Money comes and money goes, energy comes, energy goes. And if you want to have an example of your relationship with money, it's like any relationship. If you want to nurture a relationship, you've got to give it time, you've got to honor it, you've got to be willing to be present with it. And what happens is that a lot of people have a relationship with money which is based around scarcity. And when we come from scarcity, fundamentally, the belief is there's not enough money in the world, and I'm not enough. And if that's the meaning you're giving the world, you're going to come from that place of, I've got to hoard money, I've got to protect it. When there's not enough there, I'm not enough, I'm going to get triggered, I've got to get worried. And that's the anxiety that happens every January with a lot of my clients. They start to contract, they start to resist. Whereas the clients who realize that a different way is to come from a place of abundance. And when you come from abundance, there's more than enough. And I'm enough. And when you see the world from that place, you move into flow. You flow, energy flows, money flows. And you realize that, of course, January may be a bit quieter because people are on holidays, the demand's different. Yet I know fundamentally, I've always got through January. There's always been enough. And I can enjoy January, yet come from a place of abundance. And typically what happens is the flow starts to happen. So I just want to invite you to notice, for yourself, do you constrict and resist out of fear of there's not enough and scarcity? Or do you come from a place of there is enough, I'm enough, and flow? And both of them require you to be present and honest with yourself. It's not Pollyanna, there's going to be enough, there's abundance. It's being real and also noticing the way you give meaning from that place of authenticity.